What is going on, guys? Craig 1287 here, bringing you some Battlefield 4 gameplay. Just gonna have some random multiplayer gameplay there in the background, and the primary purpose of this video is, well, after the game's been out for a while, stable game has been out for a while, I'll have plenty of time to have spent with a lot of the guns. I will have unlocked all the attachments, or at least most. Not their, alternate looks, but all the different attachments, and gotten a feel for all the attachments with those guns. And I'll start coming out with some good weapon reviews and really taking deep looks at what weapons excel and things like that. And now, one of the things that I use, aside from just straight up using these weapons in the game, is a website called Symthic, and I've used this for Battlefield 3, I've used this even for some of the Call of Duty titles, and I used this back for Bad Company 2. And basically, Symthic, the guys that are out there, they go into the game's files and pull all of the weapon stats and get them just in, kind of like pictograph form for certain things like the accuracy plots. And then they also tell all the details, such as reload times for quick and long reload, all the different levels of aim down sight accuracy and hip fire accuracy as to when you're standing, crouched, prone, moving, and all sorts of things like that. They just provide so much information that I'm not going to go over all of it right now. I just want to talk about how you should use Symthic as a tool. And I'm going to be going into other aspects dealing with weapons stats. I'm going to be talking later about what stats to really look at and kind of a philosophy of looking at stats, how you don't just want to focus on certain things. People often do. They look at just the time to kill and things like that, whereas they shouldn't do that. You need to look at all aspects of guns. And so I'll be going into more depth into what stats you need to pay attention to and why in a later video. So head on over to Symthic. I will have a link directly to their Battlefield 4 page because they also have a COD Ghost and BF3 and some other games. Black Ops 2 is on there, Medal of Honor. They got all sorts of other games on there, and they've got just a ton of information, and they have really outdone themselves with some of the ways that they are conveying this information. They've done a great job of making some very detailed visual examples for the accuracy plots. If you want to, kind of follow along with me, I'm going to have some screenshots up for these pages. But go into the accuracy plots. You can now compare weapons to each other. And so you can just go to that standard accuracy plot page, and you can look at all the different stats. I believe these are done by 7,000 simulated shots, and they're color coordinated with green being the very first shot, and then moving up from yellow to orange to red to darker red. And so those are the 5 burst shot shots. So these are not simulated in full auto or semi-automatic. They are in burst, and of course if it's the weapons that are burst only, well, then you get a weird kind of simulation there. So, check these out, and you can add on barrel attachments and the under barrel attachments, no laser sights, because they are all being simulated at a aim down sight accuracy, not hip fire. And but yeah, going back up to the top of the page, you'll see accuracy plot comparison. Now this is a really great one because obviously you can compare to different guns. You can also compare the same gun with different barrel attachments. So let's go with the, let's see, the default one is the AK-971. We'll toss on a compensator and a potato, and then a compensator and angled. There we go. And then you hit update plots. And now what it shows is a thing where you can look at them side by side, but it's got the on top one, and you've got a little slider, and you can slide it to the left and right and look between the two different weapons and on the same plot, and it's really, really cool. Then hitting side by side, and there you can actually just see them straight up side by side and compare the two. And in this example, I'd probably go with the compensator and angled folding grip because it's a massive reduction in the vertical recoil there for the AEK. Now, they've got some other things that they're going to be adding soon. Vehicle data will be in there. Gadget and explosive data is coming soon. They've just recently added the shotgun stats. They do have some details on the attachments. You can go in there and see exactly what these attachments are doing. Some of the attachments do alter based on the weapon that they are attached to, but for the most part, you can look and see, go to the advanced attachment data, and you can see all of the numerical values as to how they reduce and add to certain stats. So, guys, check this out. Go into the weapon info just to get a feel for all the guns. And again, don't just use Symthic. Like I said, I'll be doing a video at some point talking about which weapon stats you need to pay attention to, but you still need to get a feel for how these are. Just because something has this recoil, this rate of fire, and this recoil reduction, what does that mean for you as a player? If you're not the best at bursting, then you might not want to use this gun versus this gun. Statistically, that other one is better, but because of the way that you yourself as a player handles the recoil, leading targets, your play style, if you're going after far range, close range, mid range, things like that, you still need to get a feel for these guns on your own. But these weapon stats are a great way to get yet another deeper, just better understanding of the guns. And it might help you to, find one that you might have otherwise skipped over previously. So check these guys out. It's hard to talk about just these things without going too much, too specific with these things. I just again wanted to talk about this Symthic website, and check back on the site every now and then. They'll be having a site guide out soon that just shows you all of the actual sites. You can see how horrendous certain sites are. Of course, I'm talking about iron sights. They'll have the time to kill charts coming out soon, bullets to kill, and all sorts of great data. I think they're even going to try to have some of the maps on there, probably in like PDF form. Hopefully that'd be nice. But yeah, check out the site, guys. It's a very fantastic tool for you to use. Highly encourage it. I hope you guys have enjoyed the gameplay going on there in the background. Have a good one. Ta-ta.